Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope you're doing well and staying safe. I want to talk about my views of how to balance submarines. I know Wargaming did a really bad job on CVs. I lived through that as a DD player, but I want to talk about submarines and how I believe they can actually balance pretty easily. I know. What am I talking about? Just hold on for a minute and bear with me. So here we are in U-69, Tier 6 boat. Let's compare what she has to offer in regards to other boats, as in destroyers. So the T-61, the Gaudet, and the Schonberg. Their detectability with maximum captain skills is 6.1 for the T-61 and 6.6 for the Gaudet and the Schonberg. Split that in half, 6.2, 6.3. On the surface, in position 1, which is what the U-69 is in this video, your detectability is 6.3 kilometers. Period. Makes it easy. Position 2, which is periscope depth, that cuts in half. Now, I personally have seen nuclear submarines, LA-class submarines, put their periscope up for less than 7 seconds, and yes, I have actually detected them on destroyers at distances well over 6 kilometers because it has a thing called a fantail. It makes a feather. You can see the periscope even when they're doing 3 to 4 knots. Now, it is what it is, but that's a little bit more realistic. Position 3, you go underwater, you as a submarine, you see nothing. Nothing. However, you can be detected at the mutual detection of 2 kilometers. Let me go into a bit more. Position 4, maximum depth. No matter what you have or what tools you have, I can't see you and you can't see me. Even at mutual detection of 2 kilometers, no. Depth charges don't work that depth at all, which means you're both blind. That's real. Now, how do you actually fight? Well, first of all, let's talk about the ADCAP Mark 48 version 74 torpedoes that don't even exist today. That's got to go. Period. So, German submarines at the time, Type 7C you're looking at here, they had a maximum range of 3 kilometers and 5 kilometers. If you look on the map, these torpedoes can do, I think it's 9 kilometers? Yeah. My Tier 6 destroyers, German destroyers, can't do this. Most destroyers can't do 9 kilometer torpedoes. I don't think there's any actually. Reduce them. Reduce them down to effective range of just like the destroyers. And I'm saying 7.5, maybe 6 kilometers. Make these ships into snipers. Don't make them something who can actually attack from the long distances when you can't do nothing. Now, the ping. The ping's got to go. I mean, it has to go. You can't sit there and double ping and get citadels on a battleship and take it out with one devastating strike. There's no boat. Heck, a carrier couldn't do that even after rework. And so, no, it's got to go. No pinging. I mean, done. Now, where does hydro come in? Make the hydro like British smoke on destroyers. Give them multiple charges, 6, 7, 8, 9 charges, and they'll last, say, 30 to 35 seconds, maybe 40 seconds. What does that mean? When you're in the third position, you're underwater, you can use your hydro. And you can use your sonar, and it goes off that time as a charge, and you can see the enemy, and you can launch your torpedoes. But your torpedoes fire straight and true. You use the X key, X-ray, to make sure that you actually lock on the boat you want, do the job, and shoot. But you got to make sure you shoot just like it's a normal shot, like I'm doing here in the video, and shoot. And hope to God you help. Now, if you don't want mutual detection and you're less than the 2 kilometers, what do? You dive down to position 4. And that's how you escape it. But even by shooting, like you just saw in the video, I was able to take out a ship, no problem. Now, I come a little too close to the surface in this game, and I actually get kind of smacked here. The second point I'm going to bring up here is once you get rid of those torpedoes, if you want to shoot a submarine, you know the submarine's only going to be at position 4, position 3, position 2, and position 1. You got to match that depth. And that's how you fire torpedoes at a submarine, making submarine engagements even that more difficult. But again, if you're both underwater in position 3, you're not going to see each other in any way, shape, or form unless you use your hydro. Now, you can have a battery reserve charge that actually helps you out, but when I look at the U-2501 that can stay underwater for half the game, no. You reduce that more. You give more charge time, say double the charge on the top, but you reduce that by literally over half. That way you can only go underwater for short periods and come back up. I think that's a great way to actually start with the submarines and how to try to balance them out. You do give them repairs, you give them good torpedoes, but you shorten the range. You make them use a hydro, just like the British smoke charges on the destroyers, and you make it count. That way you become a sniper. You have to actually penetrate, get in, take caps, and do your job. I want to be perfectly clear. It doesn't matter what you do to try to balance a carrier, a destroyer, a battleship, a submarine, blah, 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 blah. A Super Unicron player is going to know how to use the boat in the best way. And they're going to be Super Unicron players because, quite frankly, they are. But I feel that if you actually want to make this work, all you have to do is take away some of the fine features of the submarine and make it more of a sniper. It has to get in, get close, shoot, destroy, and leave. It's pretty simple. Well, that's just my thoughts of how to make the submarines a little more balanced. Maybe Wargaming sees this, maybe they don't. But that's my thoughts. Because right now, I'll say submarines do not need a quote-unquote buff. You've got to be kidding me. The ping makes it impossible, and it makes it impossible to actually get away from. Like I said, these torpedoes have better turning capability of tracking than today's torpedoes in modern submarines. So, no, not going to work. The last thing I would say is you might want to actually do one thing about the torpedoes. One is have a set of torpedoes that you can choose before the game that just fire straight, like a normal destroyer's torpedoes. You know what I mean? You line them up, you do the white, and you shoot. Or you can actually choose a equivalent to a G4, I think they're called G5, homing torpedoes that are much slower, but they track, and you use RNG. So if I fire 6 torpedoes, maybe 1 or 2 hits, but they don't do citadel damage. And, quite frankly, they might miss. Most of them should miss. But anyway, that's my point. I'm just saying it's a fun game. I like submarines. I hope you stay in the game. I know they're leaving for at least 2 patches, which is 2 months. And hopefully Wargaming gets it fixed. But anyway, those are my thoughts. If you have any comments, please leave them down below. I'd love to know what you think about it and what your thoughts are on submarines. As always, take care, stay safe, and I wish you all the best. And Happy New Year. Bye for now.